How come no one here likes Hanson? I exclaim weakly. I'm reading aloud from a small, spiral-bound notebook, dark neon purple with multicolored swirls and stars, purchased for $6.99 at Eclair's in 1997. It is my 7th grade journal, and I'm reading it now, 20 years later, to 3 people I only met this morning. I've been getting pictures of them off the internet almost all day today, and they're so cute. How could anyone not like them? I stop and look up from the journal. I feel like I should note that every time I write 2, it's the number and not the word, I say to my audience. All 4 of us are seated in armchairs near the bar at Littlefield, a performance venue in Brooklyn. Before today, I've only been here at night, and it's a little disorienting to see it in the muted light of a sunny January afternoon, though this is by far the least surreal aspect of what's happening right now. The 3 strangers listening to me read are Stephen Chapaska, a bespectacled man with floppy brown hair and a skinny scarf, both of which he has a habit of tossing back with a flourish, Christina Galante, a woman with a wry smile and animated eyes who is taking notes on a laptop as I speak, and John Dorsick, an affable, extroverted guy with a neatly groomed goatee. They are producers for the New York City branch of Mortified, a live show in which performers read from their teenage diaries. On stage, in front of hundreds of people. I think I've had a version of that nightmare before, but in it I was only physically naked, not emotionally so. This is my audition for a spot in the show later this year, and I feel like I may be blowing it. The word audition is in quotes because I've been instructed by Dave Nadelberg, the creator of Mortified, not to call it that. It isn't one, not really, because anyone brave enough to volunteer to be in this show is welcome to participate, provided they have enough material they created during their teenage years for a 10-minute piece. But I'm skeptical about my chances. I spent the last 2 hours sitting in on a curating session, to use Nadelberg's preferred term, and I'm in awe of the people I've seen already today. True, a lot of it's been silly. One guy ended every journal entry with a detailed description of everything he wore and everything he ate that day, plus the signature daily sign-off. Peace, one love. But most of what I've heard today has suggested the beginnings of some real artistic talent. Earlier this morning, a woman read poetry she wrote in high school, which Galante, the show's lead producer, rejected because it was too good. I do not expect to encounter that problem. At my not two explanation, the 3 producers nod politely, then indicate that I should keep going. I take a shaky breath and continue reading the March 7th, 1998 entry, cringing harder with every word. What am I going to do? I have to call long distance if I want to talk about Hanson. I pause again. It's an unseasonably warm day, but somehow I don't think that's why I'm sweating. This is so ridiculous, I say. None of this seems usable. Is any of this usable? I don't want to waste your time, and I really respect the show and what you guys do. Galante cuts me off. We won't know if it's usable unless you keep going, she says, raising her eyebrows at me over her laptop. Later, all 3 of them will swear I'm the most tense, tight-lipped participant they've ever had. I start reading an entry and then decide it's too stupid to keep going, so I flip ahead and try another, only to abandon that one just as quickly. I stammer, I blush, I start sweating so much I have to remove the olive green jacket I'm wearing, though it's too late. There are telltale wet spots under the arms, 2 large circles now colored a slightly darker olive green. You idiot, I think. Wearing dark colors to hide nervous underarm sweat was something you came up with in middle school. The kid who wrote this diary is smarter than you. But in my own defense, it makes sense that I'm more hesitant than a typical Mortified performer. I'm not a performer. It's not like I'm auditioning because I'm dying to read my middle school journal in front of hundreds of strangers. Even just these 3 are a little much for me. I'm only doing this for research.